We finally did it. We're finally getting our passport in, hopefully tomorrow, and we'll be out flying to South Korea this Friday, literally in less than 48 hours. It's wild. Like, I never thought I was gonna make it through this whole hiring process. It's been taking forever, but like I said, I've been in a rush. So today I thought it'd be a good day to finally talk about the services and the steps I went through and used to get this far in the whole hiring process to finally get my E2 visa for South Korea in the year of 2026. So we'll talk about the very first thing you even have to do before you even apply to any Hagwons or even think about going to South Korea is get a passport. You can't leave the United States without one. You can, however, go to Puerto Rico without one, but we're going to South Korea, so you have to knock that out. I got mine 5 years ago. I will tell you guys a little secret life hack, I guess, kind of thing. You can actually go to the Homeland Security Office and wherever you live at, their main building. For example, mine was in Louisiana at the time in the city of New Orleans. So I went there in person and I literally got my passport in less than 2 hours. They might have changed it, I don't know, but 5 years ago, that's how it was. But if you already have your passport, fantastic. You can finally start the hiring process. So a thing I did for my bachelor's degree, because it's one of the very first steps you have to do, is get a copy of your bachelor's degree. So my university offers a e-verified degree type of deal. So basically I paid $15, they email me my e-verified degree, and boom, got that knocked out, because you do have to send off a copy of your degree at some point. But second step, you have to get an FBI background check. I use a service called Ident2Go. It costed $51.59. I showed up to the location Ident2Go, electronically fingerprint me, boom, you get your results typically that day if you passed, which I'm sure you will. But they have multiple locations. I know they have locations in Texas and Louisiana, so check them out. That's the service I used. Then the third thing is getting your documents apostilled, or apostilled, some people call it. Basically, I used a service called Monument Visa. I emailed them my e-verified degree, or a copy of your degree if you have that, but for me, e-verified degree, your FBI background check, email that to them, and they handle the apostille whole process. I have heard of people going directly to their state capital and getting their documents apostilled. Typically, it takes them 1 day to get that knocked out, but if you use Monument Visa, it took me a total of 4 weeks. 2 weeks on the university degree to get it in the mail, and 4 weeks total for the FBI background check to finally come back. So all in all, it's about 4 weeks turnover, unless you want to do the express route. So Monument Visa going the regular route was $190 for me. If you do the express route, it's more than that. If you're in a super big rush, like I said, go to your state capital. If it's not near you, use Monument Visa. It's pretty convenient and they take care of all the headache. So after that, you have to get 4 passport photo sizes and 35 by 45. I went to CVS and one of the associates said that they only do 2 by 2. So I spoke to another associate and she actually clicked in the right hand side of the screen and it showed a whole bunch of different countries' passport photo sizes. Basically, I went with Japan's photo size. They had 35 by 45. So I ordered 4 of those, and that was printed out right then and there, and that was $32. So once you have your documents back from being apostilled, your degree, your FBI background check, you got your 4 passport photos, and a copy of your passport. Recruiter is going to double check with you, making sure you have all your documents, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I kept telling my recruiter, like, hey, look, does this look good? I would send her pictures of everything, just, you know, pictures is worth more than words. That way, if I messed up on something, she would be like, oh, look, you're supposed to do this. So once you're ready to send off all your documents finally to South Korea, you'll have the option of either using FedEx or DHL. I went with DHL. They're a little bit more cheaper for me, and the total for that was $96. And from the moment I mailed it from DHL to getting to South Korea, I believe it took about 4 business days. So they'll give you a tracking number to where you can track that and just stay in the loop with that. So all in all, total wise, from start to finish, up until sending my documents to South Korea, the total cost is $384.59. So it's definitely a good chunk of change. You could cut that cost down by not using Monument Visa, but that's just the total I used using Monument Visa. So once you finally send off all your documents to South Korea, you'll basically be waiting on your visa issuance number. The turnaround time on that for me was 3 weeks. It was exactly 15 working business days. So be patient with that. It also depends on the immigration office your documents are being sent to, and there's nothing you really can do about that. I will say they have a visa tracker online. I was checking it every single day, and it never changed for me. No matter how I rearranged my name, how I put my birth date in the system, it just wouldn't show a status. My recruiter ended up sending me my visa issuance number, so once I got that, she emailed me another document that I had to print out and basically fill out. On that document, it does or might possibly have a picture of you on it. If it does, you should go and get another passport photo to put on that document. According to my Korean consulate here in Texas, they don't recognize that photo, so they want an actual photo on there. Once you finally print out the document, you get your passport, you get your $45, just follow all the steps your recruiter is going to send you and send that all off. I mailed my passport to the Korean consulate here in Texas. It took them exactly 5 days to look at my passport. The reason why I didn't go in person was due to the long wait time. They're typically appointment only. Here in Texas, they didn't have any till the following week on like a Wednesday, so you can kind of skip the line by mailing your passport off to them. And yeah, like I said, it took me 5 days for them to finally approve my passport, and it takes them, I think, the following business day to mail it out. It's just a slow process with United States Postal Service to get it back. So in total, from the moment my passport to them sending it back to me is taking about 4 business days. 3 business days, actually, 3 business days. And I live right down the road from them. So just keep that in mind if you want to send your documents off to them via mail. Just triple check, and triple check your documents. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope it helped somebody and it kind of give you like a little bit of a route to follow, because when I was following the whole visa process, I was searching Reddit and just nobody really had a video on the different steps you needed to do to finally finish the whole hiring process. So stay tuned for the next video. I'll probably be putting one out this weekend or next week while I'm in South Korea. So stay tuned and appreciate you guys watching. So as promised, I told you guys in my first video I would mention this little life hack or something I discovered that a lot of other people have talked about in their videos, and that little hack is international driving permit. So pretty much you can set the date whenever you want it to be good from. For example, if you want it to be good from August 1st, 2026, it would expire August 1st, 2027. So the international driving permit is only good for 1 year. You don't have to turn in your driver's license or anything like that. You just keep your American driver's license with you and you're able to rent cars and drive vehicles in South Korea or Japan or any other countries that recognize America's driver's license. So I thought that was a pretty cool little hack. Costs $45. There's only 2 companies in all of the United States that does it. It's AAA and another one. So I just thought that was a pretty cool little hack that nobody's talked about. So if you thought it was pretty neat, comment below, and thanks guys for tuning in.